Welcome to V is for Victory, a podcast about how small businesses overcome big battles. I'm your host, Jill Miller of Vera Creative, a boutique marketing firm in the Chicagoland area where I'm also a part-time professor of an advertising course. Join me as I talk with entrepreneurs about the challenges they faced as well as their strategies for success. Okay, everybody, welcome. V is for Victory. We're in episode 41, and we're going to circle back to a nice, deep marketing conversation. Today, I am joined by Torres. He is the founder of MarketingBoost.com. He is an expert in incentive-based marketing, and he teaches entrepreneurs sales and marketing through value-add incentives. So I'm super excited to talk with Marco today. We're going to dive in deep and kind of do a little brainstorming session, a little case study, if you will, for one of my clients who does a lot of discounting. And so, Marco, welcome. I'm so happy that you're here with me today.
Jill, thank you for having me. I look forward to our chat.
Yeah. So first, just let's set the stage for people who may not know. I know a lot of my audience is, they've at least taken a marketing course, but tell me in your words, the difference really between versus discounting.
Well, yeah, that's a good question. And first, let me break down one of the challenges or the reason why I kind of coach people to try to avoid discounting at all costs. So let's kind of break down the math here. First, in business, you need to know your numbers. So you need to really know what your costs are when you add up everything, including your overhead, your rent, your marketing expenses, your cost of product, but let's just suppose for a moment that of every $1,000 in sales, let's say you've got a 20% net profit after all your expenses. And so you get $1,000 in sales, then you're going to make $200 net profit. So now your marketing guy on your team says, let's do a discount to keep up with the competitors. One of the challenges we all face in business is we're always, we've got competitors that we're trying to keep up with, and we're monitoring what they do and the ads they're running. And sometimes we get frustrated as how much more ad they're running than you are, or their reach versus yours. And so you discount the price, let's say 10%. And now, so that means now your next $1,000 in sales is actually $900 in sales. And now you made $100 net profit on the same efforts. And so in order to end up at the same spot you were, you need to nearly double your sales to $1,800 to end up with the same $200 net profit you had previously. Obviously, you can see where that can begin to become a very bad trend, trying to double or triple sales to actually grow. So
a slippery slope for sure.
Yeah. And then your clients get used to you being a discounter, and they don't take action until the next discount. And so on. So it can be, again, that slippery slope. So one of the, ways that I like to teach business owners to do is to try to find, depending upon what your product or service is, create some sort of value add incentives, whether it be something coming from, for example, my company that provides incentives, or doing your own. What do I mean by that? Well, maybe you did a course that you built out 6 months ago, and you're no longer really selling that course, or you're not selling it very often. So maybe now you throw that in. So you throw something that's, if you get what I'm offering today, we're going to throw in a bonus, which you get the bonus of our 4-week course on X, Y, and Z. Or you get a bonus, white label, white paper report on this, that, and the other. Or you're going to get the, swipe file of suggested emails that you can use to do this or that. Or maybe it's a buy one, get one, and if you could afford to do that. But, we know psychology has proven, a number of tests have been done, studies have been done to show that people respond more to a bonus add-on than they do a 10-15% discount. People love those buy one get ones at the grocery store. They love so anything you can do to add in there, maybe not a buy one get one, but the point is anything you can do to add value can increase conversions.
Great. And so a lot of your examples right now were B2B for the most part, white papers, courses. What are we looking at for value add for B2C? So for example, my client that I wanted to really kind of talk with you about today, because I'm struggling. I've come up with every idea for her in the book, I feel like. But I should set the stage a little bit. But she is an acupuncture and chiropractic clinic, and the majority, I would say 90% of her business, maybe even more, comes from current patient referrals. Anyone who steps foot in this office, pretty much is guaranteed to refer her because she's very skilled at what she does. She is kind and humble and shy to a fault, because there's a little bit about an entrepreneur and a business owner that you need to really be kind of loud and proud about what you do in your marketing. And she is just so shy. She's not the type that's ever going to, put a billboard out or anything like that. Very particular about her wording and her marketing messages, just over the top, kind of mushy and gushy. um, and but that's who she is. And I always encourage my clients to stay true to their brand. And you are your brand. So if it's not her, she doesn't really feel comfortable doing it. So that said, what are some things that she might, and again, I'll tell you this as well. Some of the things we're already doing. She does do a lot of discounting. So every month we send out an email, and if you're a patient who's come in the past, or as long as we have your contact information and your birth date, you get 20% off an appointment the month of your birthday. A lot of times she'll do a similar, it always seems to be 20%. That's kind of her number. She's not comfortable going above. So we do a 20% discount. And then the other thing that she does have, which you were talking about, was she has created what we call a wellness packet. And I think it's like 32 pages long, and it's very in depth. It gives you, acupressure points you can do at home. It gives you vitamin and supplement tips, stretching tips, just certain things here and there. It's very comprehensive. That gets emailed, or we have a text program to any new customer. So that's kind of where she's at. A lot of times she'll do little small gifts, like tokens of appreciation, little branded items, if you will, bookmarks. We've done plants. We've done little curated boxes of gifts for Mother's Day. So aside from all that, and I know I threw a lot at you there.
No, but that's great. Yeah, I get the whole picture of her business, and
Yeah.
sounds like I need to get in there and get my back taken care of myself.
I know, as I sit here slouching.
Yeah, I could use a couple good cracks myself. But so yeah, let's talk about some ideas for a brick and mortar business like that. And first, let me maybe back up and jump in and tell you what my company provides and how I would recommend she might be able to use some of the incentives that my company provides
Mhm.
to help, do everything from lead generation for her to reviving that old database
Yeah.
with bringing them back into the fold and interested in something exciting and new. So MarketingBoost.com, what we do there is we really revolutionize the travel incentive industry, or the incentive industry. And what we did was, this all came about quite a few years ago. We're in the travel business as well. We built one of the fastest growing travel companies in North America, and then early on, because we were growing so fast, I'm talking about it in the 2009, 2010, when we were starting to really grow fast. We started to get some negative reviews, and of course, Google was putting those reviews right up on top for the
Gotta
whole.
love those algorithms.
Yeah, so I mean, we could have 100 positive reviews and 2 negative, and those 2 negative would be right up on top, right at the front page of Google when you search
Oh.
our company. So we're like, wow, and it was really negatively affecting us and so on. So we had to come up with an idea to overcome that. And here's what we did: we started surveying our clients at the peak of their happiness, right when they had, checked into the resort, the day after check-in, we would email them and text them and say, ask them, how is the resort living up to your expectations? How's the hotel? How's the process been so far? Can you score us on a scale of 1 to 5? Five being top, one being low. And if we got a 4 or 5, we would then go back. Oh, we're thrilled that you're having a wonderful time. Please, we'd like to ask you to do us a favor. We would like more clients like you to enjoy a vacation like this. Would you be willing to do a video testimonial uh, uh, from the resort and give us a hotel review, and if you do and you mention our company name and the resort name, we will reward you with a complimentary hotel stay. And so that took off, and we started getting a few dozen, and then a few hundred, and then a few thousand. And at the beginning, we were having to fund those complimentary hotel stays out of our pocket.
Right.
But the video testimonials that we got were invaluable to help us begin leveraging and showing social proof, not just written testimonials that we had or written reviews, but the video reviews we were leveraging all over our website, everywhere. And this is a message that I would share with any small business. You've got to be controlling your reputation online. You've got to be building reviews. And if you can get video testimonials, then, all the more powerful. So even for your client that we're talking about, the chiropractor, if she were to get video reviews and post, have those all over her website, it's only going to give her more social proof, more reasons to say, hey, I want to go in there and use her versus somebody else. So we, again, back to the story. So we were giving away these trips and building a huge library of video testimonials. And then that was really the birth of what became MarketingBoost.com. We said, this is a great idea that we should turn into a business, and it's by itself to offer to other business owners. So we reached out to these resorts, relationships we had, and hotel relationships all over the world, and help them solve a problem that they have, which is all the hotels and resorts around the world. Most all of them are never full year round. I mean, I would venture to say 100% of them are never full year round. They're typically about 70% occupancy, 30% of their rooms any night of the week are unsold. And so, well, maybe not for weekends and peak seasons and holidays, but outside of that, they have rooms available. And the most expensive room for anyone, including, let's say, the chiropractor, is the slot, the time slot, the appointment, or the empty hotel room that nobody booked. But when the clock clicks midnight, if they didn't book that room, that's revenue they're never going to see again. Right. So we had them agree that we could help them put warm bodies in those rooms, and they were going to see the benefit of these people. Okay, they didn't get any room revenue. They got the government taxes had to be paid, of course, and the client got there on their own with airfare. They paid their own airfare. They paid their own car to get there. But now they're going to, at the hotel, they're hopefully going to spend some money at the restaurants, the bar, the casino, the gift shop, all of the other revenue opportunities that hotel or resort might have. And then that way it became a win for the resort. It became a win for the person who got the complimentary hotel stay. And it was a win for the business owner that was using the Marketing Boost subscription plan. So that took off, and we now have thousands of business owners all over the world that use the Marketing Boost incentives, which are, for example, we offer complimentary hotel stays, 3-night hotel, from 3 to 7-night stays in 125 destinations around the world, like 3 nights in Las Vegas, Orlando, 5 nights in Cancun, 5 nights in Hawaii, 7 nights in Phuket, Thailand, 4 nights in Bali. So the incentives are very attractive, very, sexy destinations that the consumer is excited to receive as a complimentary trip. And then we also have hotel savings cards with incentives with cash credits. So they get a savings of $100, $200, $300, or $500 in cash credits that they can use to discount compared to the Expedias of the world. And then we have also restaurant vouchers that can be given away to prospects or clients at over about 100,000 restaurant offers all over the US and Canada. So now I've told you what Marketing Boost is all about and the 3 incentives that we offer. So how would a business like your chiropractor friend use this? Well, a number of ways. One, let me just think here. Does she have a Facebook group or a Facebook social media presence?
Yes, I would say so. We do Facebook and Instagram, and probably not as often as we should be.
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah,
I'll admit that.
no, it's a lot of work to maintain the social media marketing stuff. But within the social media, and one idea that I would have for a site for a company like hers is to actually start a Facebook group where all of those prospects that are coming into her Facebook page or Instagram, you might be inviting to join her Facebook group. Where now in that group, she's going to be, or whoever might be helping her manage that group, you're going to build a rapport, you're going to build a relationship, you're going to build in addition to email and texting, you're going to have a way to reach that audience on an ongoing basis to give them valuable free content like that ebook you were talking about.
Mhm.
Instead of giving it to them all at once in the Facebook group, you could be, this week we're talking about the following, that you were posting about this, the health benefits of that, you're talking about all these health benefits and why your body needs to be, this and the acupuncture, this and that. And so the people are following you and following her as the expert. And of course, within that Facebook group, you're doing promo cycles and you're offering, hey, we're doing, if we're going to continue to do those discounts, for example, hey, we're doing this right now for the first 5 people that book. And this way you can maybe limit it to a few rather than the whole world. So you might be saying, for the first 5 appointments this week, we're giving the 20% off promotion plus the following and yada, yada. And then then one of the ways to use the incentives, I've had people use our incentives to grow a Facebook group from 0 to 10,000 members, for example, in 90 days by using the Marketing Boost incentives, by simply asking the people who join the group that, by the way, if you share this group and invite your friends to join, we will, for each 20 friends you invite to join, you could get a chance to win 5 nights in Cancun, Mexico. And so building, like a contest once a week or something to drive the group growth virally. So that's just one idea that anybody listening out there could be building a Facebook group, and one of the ways to grow the Facebook group. Now,
and if I could too, and I think one thing I think we should stress about that is because a lot of business owners are going to say, well, I already have the page and I spend so much time on the page, and setting up a group is going to be blah, blah, blah. But I think, these people are already your customers. They're already invested in you. And it's a great way to just narrow your focus and to really communicate and touch base with the people who, the 80-20 rule, right? The 80% of your business comes from the top 20% of your customers. So you're really talking to that top 20% and the people who are just the most invested in your business. And I think that, that's kind of what I like about that. And like you said, you can limit it to the first 5 people. You're not speaking to the whole world. So I think in terms of targeting the group, it does that, and it builds a community in a community. And I do really like that. And, I think, again, going back to algorithms with Facebook and Instagram and just social media in general, unless you're buying ads and paying to promote your page, it's getting fewer and fewer views these days as a business. I've watched over the last couple of years engagement on Facebook pages just drop, without changing a thing on our end. It's just getting harder and harder to cut through the clutter. So I applaud that idea. And like you said, for anybody out there listening, I would invite them to try that. I think that's brilliant.
Yeah, it is definitely Facebook has become more challenging ever since the change from Apple, the iOS 14, iOS 15, the targeting and what have you. It's really, it's cost Facebook billions in dollars in lost revenue. So because the ad purchases are not working as well for marketers.
No, they're not. They're horrible. I mean, I used to be able to get like about a 1 cent per click, and now it's like, Forget that, you know? Yeah.
Right. So we know it's challenging, yet it's still effective. So one of the ways,
Right.
again, so the Facebook group is an idea. One of the ideas that you
Yeah.
could start to grow. And then, of course, because she's limited to a local area,
Hmm.
it's maybe even more challenging because the group can only be so big within the city or town that she's in, and so on.
Hmm.
But uh, maybe
She is
there.
in she is in the city proper of Chicago, so she has that going for her. But then to strike against her, she's not in her own building. She's an office within a building, so she has very little street visibility. You
Right.
know, we have done a nice window decal in one of the windows of the building, but I've helped the chiropractor grow, tripled her appointments for a week just by moving her out of a building space like that and onto a corner location
Yeah.
where the foot traffic and the visibility is just, tenfold. But yeah, so just thought
Does she have products or that she can actually sell online? Are there any other supplements?
no, and I've kind of asked her about that too. But again, it's just so I can't stress enough how shy this person is. Even to ask for those video testimonials would be like, I don't know that I could get her to even ask. She would feel so uncomfortable. And I can't see her
Well,
standing there filming people. But they
no,
could do selfies. They could do selfies. And I could ask for her by way of emails or,
yes, yes.
so yeah.
That's how you do it. You
Yeah.
via email and text message, you ask and reward them for that,
Yeah.
without without her having to be the one asking. That is, that's one of the biggest challenges that any business owner has in requesting reviews or
Yes.
testimonials. It's kind of embarrassing. You feel like they're going to think I'm desperate. They're going to think,
Yeah.
and what so if it comes, so you got to overcome that. You got to realize you need to be asking for reviews constantly. Everybody kind of looks at a person's branding and reviews before making a decision
Hmm.
nowadays. And you've got to have fresh ones coming in, because if they're looking at a review from you from 2013, that's it's not.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and the other thing she has to be delicate with, and she just really wants to respect people's privacy. So there's the whole HIPAA, she can't say that they're a patient. You know what I'm saying? So there are some laws and some rules that she's probably over cautious about. But I still see ways that we can work within this. So great
Right.
idea. Yeah, yeah.
So again, if you find ways to get the reviews, or even just asking for them with some sort of reward or incentive or not, some will do it. Just
Yeah.
because they're so thrilled. Most people do not bother to write a review, or much less give a video testimonial, if they're not asked. I mean, the only time most
Yeah.
people go do any kind of a review is if they're
When
unhappy.
they're mad. Yep. When they
When
go
you're
and
unhappy,
complain.
you're pissed off. Yeah, you're going to tell
Yep.
the whole world
Yep.
that this
I tell
because.
my customers, yeah, you're right. I tell my customers that all the time. I'm like, you got to ask for them.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're going to end up with just all negative.
Yeah,
Yeah.
your only ones you're going to get are the negatives, and
Yeah.
then you've got to offset that with. So automation can help that with email and texting. As soon as they have their appointment, as they're walking out the door, they're getting a text
Yeah.
message going, "Hey,
Hmm.
how was the service today?
Yeah.
Would you help us spread the word? Please," and then make it easy for them by in that text or email or both. You're giving them links to exactly where you want the review. So even if it's just a written review, which is powerful enough,
What?
then
Right.
the email and text message should give them a link to exactly where you want the reviews. So what I teach my members to do is to throttle them. I send them, if I want a review, I need it on Trustpilot. I need a review on SiteJabber. I want a review on the Better Business Bureau. I'm asking, this week, all the reviews sending them to Trustpilot. Next week, I'll
Hmm.
change it up. So I'm sending them over to the third-party review site like SiteJabber, and then I'm throwing them over to the Better Business Bureau, and I'm throwing them over to Shopper Approved or whatever. Because
Yeah.
it's not so much having them on your own website; you need them on third-party, review sites on Google. I need them sent
Yeah.
Google reviews, so that when people search for me, bam, they see
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4 different third-party site companies reviews, and they're like, "Wow, this person's powerful." And
Yeah.
in a way you
Well,
don't.
and another thing we do is, I track her website analytics and a lot of the referrals. So where people are before they get to her website is Yelp. And so just getting more reviews and more current reviews, even over on Yelp, because we already know that that is sending a lot of people to her website where they can then book an appointment. So I've been kind of, pushing her to do more with Yelp, but with caution because they're kind of like Facebook, they're gonna bang down and beat down your door to get you to advertise with them and run their discounts and their deals, and they're about as bad as Groupon when it comes to, the discounts. So
Yeah,
they take their cut, and yeah,
right. They can be expensive, but
yeah,
I've heard of people that have really used Yelp and blown up their businesses. So
yeah,
it may be
yes,
worth. But yes, definitely driving people to put reviews on Yelp without paying for their service, which is exactly what I mean by doing that as well with Trustpilot and other
hmm,
third-party review sites. They all want you to pay to be there, but you can use the if you're driving traffic there, you can get these testimonials on these third party websites without paying anything,
right, yeah.
and
And
getting
that's
that.
kind of, yeah, that's how we're using it right now. And it's good to give people the options because not everybody is going to create an account so they can leave a Yelp review. Not everyone is going to create an account so they can leave a Google review. So it is nice to meet people where they're at. Oh, hey, I've already left a review here. I already have an account, so it's easy for me to leave another review.
Right, which means you might want to, in that message, you could give them options. Here's the
Yeah,
link, here's the links to post a review, and let them either do multiple or at least do one of the ones who already have an account with them.
right. Yeah. Yeah, I like
Okay.
that. I like that. Great. Thank you. Thank you for that.
All right.
Good conversation.
So let's look at some more ideas
Yeah.
for a brick and mortar or small business of that nature, or any business. But she could be doing. Let's think here. Leading by giving. Now, this might be difficult for her because she's so shy, as you say. But I can tell you, I've got many, many case studies of people that do the following. Watch this. In order to position themselves as the expert in their community, as the authority, uh, they lead by giving. And with the Marketing Boost membership, let me make sure everyone understands this part. Joining Marketing Boost is only $37 a month. And it gives the business owner who's a member the ability to give away unlimited of these complimentary vacation stays, unlimited of these hotel savings cards, or the restaurant vouchers. Now, when somebody receives that complimentary hotel stay, they do have to pay the government taxes, which is an activation fee, runs around $20 to $39 or so per night, depending upon the resort and the hotel. The government taxes for these hotel rooms are usually between 11 and 18%,
Oh, yeah.
depending upon where they are, because they get tourism tax and
Well,
room
the poor
tax.
government needs their money. They're struggling.
Exactly. And so the rooms might be free, but the government wants
Yeah.
their cut no matter what.
Yeah.
So,
Nothing's
so
free for them. Yeah.
exactly. So when they pay the activation fee, they're paying the taxes, but then they have 18 months to log in and search for the dates they want to go, see the hotels that are participating, book the room. They get instant gratification and instant confirmation. There's no timeshare hoops to jump through. There's no hoops to jump through. There's no timeshare tours, sales presentations. Not even when you book the dates, there's not a sales call that they're going to pitch you an upgrade. Although many people do upgrade, and that's how the resorts make money. They will upgrade to maybe a bigger room suite, or they'll add additional nights or stuff like that. But
Yeah.
but that's an option. Now, so where was I going with this? The
Leading by giving.
by giving. Thank you.
Yes.
So what does that mean? So here I've got clients that are using, because they can give away these complimentary trips. And mind you, this is being a Marketing Boost member is kind of like your little secret. It's the master marketer's secret, because your client doesn't know anything about
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
when they fulfill the trip. You're fulfilling it through our travel site called redeemvacations.com. So the client never sees anything about Marketing Boost, never sees that it only costs you $37 a month. So you could go and support local charities, local fundraising events, participate in the philanthropy in your community, uh, help a local high school, raise funds for football equipment or the cheerleading squad, whatever the events are. And you could come in and say, hey, my chiropractic firm, my company is sponsoring or helping sponsor this fundraiser. I'm going to provide 4 complimentary trips, 2 to Cancun, 2 to Hawaii. And so everybody can bid on them and help raise some money for the events. Now, there's no reason I say 4, but it could be 10. We're giving away 10 trips on behalf of XYZ chiropractic firm for this fundraiser. Please come, so you can help participate in promoting the fundraiser, making sure there's a crowd there. And then, people bid on those trips, and the winners get their complimentary trip. And then she is establishing herself as just being, helping, leading by giving. So we're giving these trips, and then, by the way, you've got to, maybe you have a captive audience during the before or after the bidding, and she or someone representing her gets on the stage and says, by the way, this was again sponsored by XYZ chiropractic firm, and we just want to tell everybody, here's some of the benefits of getting a chiropractic, getting a crack.
Mm-hmm. A crack. The industry.
For me, it's old school crack. Nowadays, you guys have these little punch things that you use.
Adjustment.
Yeah. I love the way it feels on my back when I get that. Every bone in my back gets a nice crack. I love it. It feels so relieving.
Marco.
That's a better word, I guess.
Yeah. That's the marketing word. That's the buzzword for sure.
Okay. So thank you for correcting me there.
Yeah. Or correction. Yeah. That's another term that they use.
Cool.
Funny.
So we're getting an adjustment. So your person gets up there and explains the benefits of the adjustment and hands out business cards and everything. And then it's people to follow up, get everybody to enter to win something, maybe. That way you're generating a database of everybody that participated in the event. And you're building a database to get them to join that Facebook group. You're getting you're set up as the authority, as a giver. And then people, when they think about you, I've got a neck ache. Who was that company again that I met last month? Let me go, and you're generating new business. Referrals, with the incentive. You could be, as right now, you said the majority of your business comes from referrals. Well, now with Marketing Boost, you've got the ability to incentivize them with, look, if you refer us to 5 of 10 of your friends, whatever it might be, refer 5 friends, we're going to give you a $100 hotel savings card. If you refer 10 friends, we're going to automatically send you a $500 hotel savings card. Then you might do loyalty programs. So when people, instead of a discount, a loyalty program.
Yeah.
So you came in and you got yourself a good adjustment. We want to recommend what you really need is not just one, but you need to come through the process of doing this, first once a week for the first 4 weeks. And then we recommend at least once a month follow up. And if you sign up for that and for our recurring, this way you can create recurring revenue, whether they show up or not. You create some sort of a payment plan,
packages. Yeah.
Yeah, and then as they earn, you can say, okay, at the 6 month, after 6 months of being a member of this, we're going to reward you with 6 days and 5 nights in Cancun, Mexico on us. And so you're instead of offering that 20% discount, everybody who walks in that store, you're offering them the some sort of loyalty program to like the old Subway sandwich thing. As you click. After you get 10 sandwiches, you're going to get one free.
Yeah. Well, and this isn't a free sandwich. This is a vacation, and I think this incentivizes people tenfold compared to a free appointment. Yeah, that's nice, or a free something. Even with her branded items, her Christmas gifts, she used to give all of her customers a Christmas gift, and it was just like a little paper. And I kind of had to nicely say, people, they might appreciate it, but really people don't need paper. You know what I mean? It's really just a waste of money. Like, it's nice to get it on the spot, but it go home, it's tossed in the junk drawer or wherever it is, and it might get used, but I don't think, someone's gonna say, "Oh, you got to go see my chiropractor because at Christmas she gave me paper."
Yeah.
But they are gonna say, "You got
I'd
to
rather
go."
suggest she give a coffee cup with her brand on
And
it.
we did. And we did that, yes. And so that was the first year that I worked with her. We did a really beautiful, nice mug. um, and I think we put some tea inside too.
Nice,
Yeah, she put
nice.
some
Yeah.
tea inside there. And so, yeah, and that's what we've been doing. We've really been trying to kind of, create these out of the box items and gifts and
And
promotional items.
I don't recommend stopping that because those are cool. I mean, when you get anything in the mail from even an old school handwritten letter,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
or what looks like a handwritten letter nowadays, there's technology for that as well. But when you get anything in the mail, in direct mail, it's obviously more costly, but it shows that you're appreciated as a customer when if there's something thoughtful going into something like that, like the a thank you note,
Yeah.
a coffee cup. There is a another service similar to mine. Mine again are the digital or printed certificates because as a Marketing Boost member, you can print these certificates and hand deliver them to the client when they're in the store or at a trade show or whatever you might be doing.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Uh,
yeah, this would be really powerful to combine with trade show marketing for
yep.
sure. Wow.
So
Hmm.
if you do local trade, and I don't see why a chiropractor operation wouldn't work well at trade shows. You could go to everything from home and garden shows and set up now that people are beginning to go back to live events, and and then have somebody representing the chiropractic office with sign up to get sign up to win a trip to Cancun,
Yeah.
whatever it might be. So as they're walking by the booth, you're generating the leads and you're talking to people and you're handing them out the some sort of brochure
And
about
I guarantee you the neighboring booths are like, how can she afford to do that? Because that's what I would be saying.
yeah.
Uh, yeah, that's great. That's
And
really great.
so that's another tool. So now you've got the asking for referrals with an incentive. You've got asking for testimonials with an incentive. You've got online your ad campaigns with sweepstakes. You could create a similar program. Register to win a free trip. And when you book an appointment with for an adjustment, for a free consultation or what have you. Um, Free Zoom consultation about the pain you might have. Just book a free consultation on Zoom, and then we'll reward you with X, or you have a chance to win X, and we'll see if it's a good fit for you to come into the office for an adjustment. I don't know. I don't know if that's something that would.
You know what? I do like that a lot, actually, because I think there's a lot of people that are still kind of stuck in their homes, unfortunately, and they are nervous and they have questions and they don't necessarily, there's a time trade-off, though. How much is that of that call is worth your time without charging? But there's definitely something there, I think, that we could flush out, and I bet people listening own businesses where it's not as much of a loss to jump on a Zoom call and answer some questions for people if that's what gets them in the door and establishes that initial trust. But there's something there. I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, another thing another way to use our incentives is how many times do people actually book an appointment and then don't show up?
You're right. Yeah.
And of course, that's really expensive for any operation, whether you're in direct sales and you're booking Zoom calls and people book an appointment and don't show, or worse, you're expecting them to show up to your office and you've got staff and you've got yourself in the office ready to take care of this patient. It didn't show. So one of the ways to do it is when people do book an appointment, now you can create the reward based on showing up on time. So you'd be like, thank you for booking this appointment with Dr. Such and Such, and for 4 p.m. on Thursday. We know your time is valuable, and so is ours. We want to reward you with a special gift if you show up on time for the appointment, please. So we're going to give you a $200 hotel savings card. or we're going to give you $100 restaurant savings voucher, and then the goal is to get them to show up, and eliminate no-shows, which I don't know if it's a problem for her or not, but
For
it,
her, not so much, but the industry I think that has that issue would be like hair salons and different type of the estheticians and those types of people, because I think people get busy and they write off those things as something they can easily cancel. I know a lot of hair salons and those types of businesses then have to implement like really hefty cancellation fees. I've had to give my credit card over at the time of booking an appointment, because if I didn't show up, I would have been charged $50, which
ouch.
is yeah. And then I think that kind of makes the business, it kind of puts a bad taste in the customer's mouth. I don't like giving my credit card number over if I don't have,
Right,
before I
right.
get something. Why am I,
Before you even get there,
right,
I guess it's a great position to be in as a business if you can actually, charge for those appointments, because you've got that kind of a reputation, in the sense that you're in high demand, and the only way we'll
right,
give you an appointment is to somewhat prepay for it, or
right.
be prepared to be charged if you don't show.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
not every business has that credibility either,
right.
where and that's where, at least if you can't make them pay for the appointment, then you could at least reward them, or dangle the carrot. If you do show up on time, this is what we're doing. Um, we're giving away, and then it could even be, it could be maybe it's $100 hotel savings card and a chance to win 5 nights in Phuket, Thailand, or whatever. And
Mm.
now it's like, whoa, okay, that's pretty cool. And you're making it, even though, so again, one of the things we teach our clients is, even though as a Marketing Boost member, you can give out as many of these as you want, we teach our clients to, what's the word I'm looking for?
Well, exclusivity, right? You still have to, it has to be special, I think, still.
Exactly. You don't want to hand them out like candy,
Right.
or they lose their perceived value. So
Yes.
you need to have scarcity and urgency,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and say, hey, we've got, we're doing this for the first 10 clients this week, or first 5 clients today, or what have you. If she were to do webinars, I mean, that might be something where you're pulling people in and you're doing a webinar educating on the value of and the benefits of chiropractic adjustments, and all these other health benefits. And then, maybe it's from all your prospects, do a webinar once a month, or whatever it might be. Again, her personality, that may not fit, but for others listening, if you're doing
Yeah.
webinars, the incentives that I refer to could be dangled as a reason to be on the webinar and
Mm-hmm.
stay to the end. So
Yeah.
so you're throwing out there, by the way, we have this incredible relationship with our travel partner, redeemvacations.com, and I'm going to be giving away 3 trips at the end of the webinar. So stay tuned to the very end. And for those of you that participate during the webinar, that answer questions, live on the Facebook group, if you are engaged, answering questions, giving us likes, etc., we're going to pick 3 winners for complimentary hotel stays, or whatever it might be.
Yep.
Another angle at how to use them. Um, let's see. Uh, so for even her, that ebook that you get, that, how does that work? When do they get that? When they get that document you talked about?
So each week she sends me a list of the new patients, and then I enter them into our database. If I have their email, they go to our email marketing database. If I only have their phone number, they go into our text database. And then it's a nighttime text or email typically, just because I think, that's just when we have better open rates. But yeah, they would get that. So they would technically get that the the week after they've first were in.
Got it. Okay. And I was thinking maybe that some similar document or shorter version of it could be used as an online, what's called a lead magnet. So it could be with your online marketing. It could be something along the lines of, get this free ebook or whatever you want to call the document. Get this free info pack on benefits and health benefits of chiropractic adjustments and so forth. Plus, when you download the ebook today, you're going to get a $100 restaurant savings voucher, or you're going to get a $100 hotel savings card when you opt in and download this. So now you're getting people, you're using some of that, a portion of that document or some of it as what we call a lead magnet. You're giving them free content, and you're throwing in a Marketing Boost incentive to make it even more attractive for them to put in their name, phone number, email. And as they then do that, now you're emailing them the information that's partially a sales document as to why you want to come in to get the adjustment. And then you're capturing now not just the traffic to your fan page, or your Facebook group, but now you've got a name, a phone number, and an email that you can start drip email and text message campaigns to get them to join the Facebook group, to get them to book an appointment, to get them to the next step, whatever your next call to action is.
Oh, I just love this. So one more time, we've got MarketingBoost.com. Well, how long ago did you say you started this? In 2009, was it?
This particular business didn't launch until 2017.
Oh, okay.
I've been in the travel business since 2009, and then this business came around, as I told you. We started doing it we created our own travel incentives for our own company, but only in 2017 did we decide, let's go ahead and make this a complete standalone business to offer to the rest of the world. And today we now have, for example, our Facebook group is over almost 28,000 entrepreneurs in the group that are very engaged and helping each other, sharing ideas, how they're using the Marketing Boost incentives. We're always posting ideas and what have you. We do live webinars, free events for our audience to learn all about not only marketing, not only incentives, but all kinds of ideas like we've been discussing today. We bring in experts from different niches and topics to help people with their Marketing Boost. I mean, with their marketing in general, whether it be digital or offline. So that's the Marketing Boost group in Facebook, 28,000 members, almost 28,000 members. When you join Marketing Boost, it's I mentioned earlier, it's only $37 a month. It's incredibly affordable. We make it easy for any solopreneur, entrepreneur, direct salesperson, marketing directors from nearly every niche. I've got business owners that use our product. Recently, I found out I had a guy up somewhere in the Northeast who has multiple lemonade stands, and so I've got from lemonade stands to car dealers using.
That is beautiful. I love it.
I don't know how the lemonade stand guy is using them, but why not? But the cool thing was, I didn't realize. Wow, when people ask me, well, what niche, who uses your product? I go, anybody from a lemonade stand to the car dealer to the chiropractor.
It's a very bougie lemonade stand. Oh, that's great. Well, this has been such a great conversation. It actually kind of it sparks my creativity in so many ways. I'm super excited to get going for my clients and even myself. But I want to ask you one quick thing, because you come from the travel industry. Share with my listeners your favorite place to travel.
Well, I guess I have a warm spot for Mexico. And on top of that, I would recommend anybody joining Marketing Boost. The first thing you want to do is give yourself one of the complimentary trips.
That's a good idea. Didn't occur to me.
If you can use one first, then you're really going to believe in the program.
Right.
We definitely recommend people test one for themselves. Right now, the one to test is Cancun, Mexico for 5 nights. We just recently brought in a featured resort that we're promoting that is it's called the Fives. It's on the beach in the Riviera Maya area in Playa del Carmen.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
4 diamond resort, 5-star hotel. It's, bunch of restaurants, bars on the beach, uh, gorgeous property. The taxes come out to about $188, and then there is a resort fee, which would be due whether you booked it from us or anywhere else. So there's a resort fee as well of about $29 and per night, and so for about $300, you're getting a $1,500 vacation, a hotel
Yeah.
stay in Cancun at a luxury 4 diamond resort. So that's one to consider trying when you sign up for Marketing Boost. We do have a special. Can I promote a special I've got for your audience?
Go for it.
Yeah. So, although I don't believe in discounts, this really isn't a discount, but it does provide you practically a 30-day free trial. In other words, you join marketingboost.com/podcast, and you can get 30 days for $1. And then after that, if you keep the service, it's $37 a month. And again, I'd recommend giving yourself the first trip to Cancun, Mexico. You will be incredibly satisfied.
Yeah, that's amazing. So I will link those websites in the episode notes for our listeners. And again, I want to thank you for your time, your expertise, your brilliant ideas. What a cool thing that you have started. Very affordable for a small business, which, like I said, is the bread and butter to my business. And so I can't wait to start talking about this. I'm excited. Thank you, Marco.
You're very welcome. One last question I have for you.
Yes.
What platform do you use for the your email and your texting and what have you?
I actually use MailChimp. I have tried several others, but it is kind of my go-to.
Mm-hmm. Great product. And then for texting, you have a different
Simple
program.
Text. Yeah, it's called
Simple
simpletext.com.
texting. Yeah. So
Yep.
let me drop another value bomb at you. You might something for your listeners or for you to consider. At Marketing Boost, I talked about the incentive products, but we also have what we call Marketing Boost Solutions. And so we've got some additional tools that you can find out about in our Facebook group. One of them we call Automation Booster, and it's a complete CRM platform that puts everything in one place. I've never seen anything like it. I've been in marketing for over since 1993 as a marketer, and I've never seen a platform that's so affordable that ties in all in one place. You can log in and see your email communications to your clients, your text message communications, voicemail broadcasting or ringless voicemails, your calendars all set up in one place, your workflows. I mean, it's an amazing CRM that does everything under one roof, including the automation of the Marketing Boost incentives going out the door. It's a funnel builder, so you can build your sales funnels. Like MailChimp, you can build, there's templates to build your email marketing creatives with plug and play, and you're creating new fancy looking emails. Build your sales funnels, build your website builder, you name it, it's in one place. And that's part of it's an upgrade from the $37 a month, but it ends up being starting as low as $97 a month, and you get the entire CRM platform, for email, for texting, for voicemail broadcasting, and all these different inbound and outbound marketing tools to reach your prospects.
I like that too, because I know when I work with small business owners, that's another place that typically they're falling off the map, is they're just not organized in terms of their database. And it is extremely important, that you kind of move beyond a card catalog system and into the digital age. So yeah, that's great. Thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome. And it's also, you don't have to log into multiple services that don't communicate with each other. So, they opt out of your email, but then they start getting texts from you, and they're not happy about that. And put it all in one place.
Great. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time today. I've learned a lot. And like I said, I'm excited to share, and I'm glad we connected.
Jill, it's a pleasure to talk and meet you, and here to help in any way in the future as you need me or want to bring me back on. It'd be my pleasure as well.
Thank you.